Welcome to New Hampshire's Business. I'm Fred Koper. We all have a stake in the New Hampshire economy in one way or another. So I've asked one of New Hampshire's well-known economists to join us and to talk us about the big changes that have occurred in the economy during the pandemic and when we might expect a recovery to begin. So with me is Brian Gottlieb, who is the Director of the Economic and Labor Information Bureau at the New Hampshire Department of Employment Security. You've brought with you a number of graphs that really tell the story of the changes that have occurred in the economy. So let's get going. The first one is the swiftness and severity of job losses during the pandemic was unprecedented, you say.
Yes, and this chart really just shows how we compare currently the current recession to what happened during the Great Recession, which we thought was an awful recession.
New Hampshire's red, Massachusetts is blue, and the U.S. is dotted, right?
Right. So you see, in the Great Recession, we didn't quite lose as many jobs as the nation. Fast forward now to the current pandemic situation. The magnitude of the job losses much quicker and also much further, about 3 times the number of job losses. And we have lost actually more jobs than did the nation as a whole.
The volume of individuals claiming unemployment benefits during the pandemic is like nothing New Hampshire has experienced before.
Yeah, this is a chart that shows the number of individuals on a weekly basis that filed for unemployment. And again, it shows how the current situation or the situation during the pandemic compares to the Great Recession, which again, we all thought was the worst recession we could remember. During the Great Recession, we peaked at about 12,000 individuals filing for unemployment. In the current situation in the pandemic, in April, we were seeing 80,000 or more individuals filing for unemployment. So completely unprecedented.
Well, here's some good news. Through November, New Hampshire had regained about a half of the private sector jobs lost during the pandemic. You called a swoosh recovery.
We peaked at private sector employment just over 600,000. During the pandemic, the worst of the pandemic, we fell below 500,000. Through November, actually mid-November, we had recovered about half of those jobs. We started out regaining jobs quickly. It has slowed a bit. It slowed in New Hampshire and it slowed nationally. So that's kind of a swoosh rather than a V recovery.
Right. So the next graph is interesting. It changed in the industry employment in New Hampshire, November 2019 to November 2020. And you can see the different categories up at the top. Real estate and rental and leasing has grown, as has finance and insurance. And if you go down to those that have contracted, manufacturing, retail, trade, education services, accommodation, food services, and arts, entertainment, and recreation have really contracted.
The thing that distinguishes them is they're high contact industries. Individuals have a lot of contact with the workers in those industries. Those are industries that are still suffering because of the inability to completely eradicate the pandemic.
And this is the one I think everybody would like to hear you talk about. It's likely to be the second half of 2021 before New Hampshire and the U.S. begin to see a substantial jobs recovery.
This is my forecast, and it was done actually about a month ago, and I may be being a little bit pessimistic, but until we get the pandemic really under control, until a large percentage of the population has received their vaccines, people are still going to be reluctant to engage in a lot of those economic activities that are reflected in the job losses. Red bar is New Hampshire, blue bar, the U.S. So I don't really expect to see much in the way of job gains until the second half of the year. It's possible we will see job losses in the next couple of months. As a result of that, expecting job growth to be about 1%. Now, if things with the pandemic improve more quickly, we could see faster job growth. And it will really be 2022 before we get back to the more normal job growth. Yeah. And probably it's possible that the full recovery in terms of jobs may not occur until 2023. And that sounds pessimistic, but we've seen a lot of people drop out of the labor force. They'll have to come back in. A lot of things have to go right to gain back another 50,000 jobs.
Well, I'm aiming at your 2021 forecast. That's encouraging. That part of it. Brian Gottlieb, thanks, Director of the Economic and Labor Information Bureau at the New Hampshire Department of Employment Security. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Fred.